Hello, hello, hello. Happy Thursday night. Happy Friday night for those of you on my side of the globe. I'm starting stream a little early today. I'm sorry. Honestly, I kind of didn't. I'm kind of at a situation where today where I'm not sure if I should be streaming because I have an appointment at the immigration office in like 3 hours. So that is actually the reason why I've chosen to start the stream early because, excuse me, I'm still trying to I want to keep my promise of streaming at least twice a week. And you know, I want to, yeah, I want to really, I don't want to be flighty. You know, this isn't quite my career yet. I'm not a career VTuber. Although speaking of VTuber, did you guys see that that stuff with Twisty Amanosuke from Niji Sanji? I mean, are you surprised at this point, Niji Sanji being the trash that it is? That being said, Niji Sanji, if you want to hire me, hire me. I'll bring your company back from the brink of death. I'm just kidding. No way am I gonna work for Niji Sanji. No way, no way. But yeah, no. So Twisty Amanosuke was kind of known as just kind of something of a controversial VTuber, right? Yeah. But yeah, it was kind of crazy. She I think I saw a Hero Hey video, and like, oh no, something's wrong. My YouTube is not showing up in the chat. Hold on a second. I gotta something is I was like, why is no one on YouTube? And then I realized that something is fucky wucky here. Hold on a second. I gotta, what is happening here? Platforms. Huh? What is happening? Why you no work? Hold on a second, guys, because now I can't see like my YouTube chats. I can only see Twitch chats. If you guys need to send me a message, go on Twitch. Wait, hold on. No, but seriously, this needs to be fixed. I need a. What is happening? Hello, hello. But while I figure out what the problem is here, yeah. Yeah, I saw a Hero Hey video where it was posted like 12 hours ago where like an audio leaked of her talking to like two other, I don't know who the other streamer is, or the other person is. I think they're also VTuber, and I don't know who the guy was in that video. Why won't you work? What is happening? Please work for me, okay? Why is it just Twitch? What is happening? I would prefer it to be YouTube, if anything, okay? Considering the shitstorm that is Twitch these days. Oh my god. Yeah. Oh my god. Is maybe because, hold on a second. Hold on, maybe I need to go through, hold on a second. But yeah, so I guess Twisty I guess Twisty said some like very, very inflammatory things. Yeah, she said some very inflammatory things. Jesus Christ. Okay, so that's clearly not it. But one of the things that she said was she was complaining that like someone smelled like curry. And I was like, I'm sorry, is that supposed to be an insult? My god. That is not an insult to me. I love curry. I love all forms of curry. I swear to God, if I say that you smell like curry, you better watch your ass out. You know what I mean? She was just, yeah, it's kind of, and it's crazy that, like, there are things that you don't ever say, okay? There's like, there's the internal voice that you never Wait, hold on. Oh, okay, I see what's happening. Hold on a second, guys. Hold on a second, guys. I don't think I, No, don't switch. It's okay. I got it, okay? I got it, okay? I just, let me just do this really quickly, and then it should work. But, oh god, I can hear my cat puking in the background. That's cool. That's cool, I guess. Oh god, no. Okay, so hold on, I'm gonna turn off my event feed. Hold on, sorry. This is kind of a mess. I am so sorry, but it should fix it. Okay, there we go. That should fix it. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, she I just laughed out loud when I heard that part. He's like, oh, he smells like curry or something, and I was like, girl, are you fucking I'm not gonna say that word. Are you stupid? What is wrong with you? First of all, there are things that you never say out loud, okay? And second, there is nothing wrong with curry. But anyways, yeah. Okay, so YouTube should work now. Yeah. Yeah, whenever I make curry, which is actually like once a week, I always make so much. I can't make like a portion that I can finish suitably in like 2 days. And I can't eat curry 3 days in a row. I will. It's just too much, right? It's too much of a good thing. But yeah, so I always make so much, and I'm always foisting it on people. Hey, I made some curry. Come take some, please. I beg you. You'd be doing me a favor. But yeah. Yeah, but so that was crazy. She hasn't, I noticed, I like went on her like her information stuff. I like went to her like her YouTube page. Niji Sanji don't really stream on Twitch, do they? They're YouTube exclusive, right? But I noticed she has not streamed in a very long time, and she only has 50,000 subscribers. Yeah, Niji Sanji really kind of shits on their female VTubers, don't they? Like they've put all their focus into their male VTubers. But it's like every time I see like something about a male VTuber misbehaving, they're always from Nichi-sanji. Like, yo. But also, and this is actually very, very I'm gonna tell you guys a secret about the voice, the VAing community, like that does like NSFW audios. Yeah, like I used to once, long time. No, I'm just kidding. I need to get on another one. I haven't really, like, you have to get in a very, very specific mood set to record those, and it's just like lately, like I'm still recovering from the Rona, and I'm just like, oh, I can't get in that mind space right now. I'm hoping next week I'll be able to. But yeah. Thank you for the sub. Thank you. But yeah. So there are so many male like VTubers and like VAs, because I noticed that a lot of VAs transition over to VTubing like me, right? There's always like in the subreddit that I follow for like male voice like VAs, because I listen to a few of them. There's always something that pops up every few days, like blah blah blah, accused of sexual harassment or grooming, or I don't know what words will get this video demonetized, so I'm not gonna go any further into that. But you never hear about like female VAs like mistreating their fans in like, maybe you do kind of sort of, but never to the extent that you see accusations from male like VAs. Like yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's like I think it's hard for male VAs, especially because it's, you know, when you get that kind of attention, right, it's very flattering, so you can't help but want to like respond, you know. And Um, but then, things do get out of hand, and I myself am still learning, like, my limits and my I shall draw this line in the sand and go no further, or something. I've butchered that quote. I'm still figuring that out, but it's very important to maintain a kind of distance from your fans. But also, like, these are people that are paying you for your content. So there's also kind of a sense of obligation. Like, you want to keep their business. You want to keep their interest. So it's very difficult to find a line that doesn't go over what is, not appropriate. But yeah. And then you get that female VTuber who, I don't know, apparently sold her used panties on Twitter. That was before my time. I mean, why not? They sell panties at the, vending machines in Japan. Why shouldn't she sell her used panties? Me personally, I think that's kind of a biological hazard. And I feel like any, like, postal service member who handles that package should get thoroughly disinfected. But yeah. Anyways, so let's get into it, right? Okay, so let's do a quick recap of everything that happened in the last stream, from which the majority of it I spent creating a character. So I didn't get that far. Did I? So I am going to, and there are people that are coming into this stream right now and they're like, what the heck is happening? I don't know what's happening. So let us ask Gemini. And yes, so I know there is a lot of hula baloo. Is that how you pronounce it? There's a lot of shit talking about AI. I myself have seen it in the chat, actually, that AI is bad. That AI is garbage. As someone who relies on AI quite a bit and who uses AI for entertainment quite a bit, I have mixed feelings. Now, AI is already replicating voice actor voices. There are multiple apps that allow you to create a synthesized voice of anyone. All you need is like 2 minutes of their talking and it's there, right? It's there. Pandora's box has been opened. It is not going back. So the best that I can do is try to find a way to make it work for me. And yeah, it's and if I don't, sorry, I'm getting, oh no, please stop. You cannot fight the tide. That is all I can really say about that. I get the moral and ethical issues against AI, but I feel like there is a lot of good it does. Like provide us entertainment, kind of, somewhat, in this form. Yeah. And yeah, absolutely. I think AI is a tool. Milky bathwater sale one. Joke's on you, I don't take baths. Actually, I love baths. I just, lately, like at night, I've been so tired. I don't take baths because I'm terrified I will fall asleep and drown. Yeah. My main tool for AI is this stuff. Right now I've been playing a really fun campaign that I cannot show you because I feel like it would reveal the depravities of my mind. But basically, this is everything that I did in a day, right? So my character, a bard, very similar to the character that I'm going to roleplay right now with the help of Gemini. She lands in Waterdeep one day, and as soon as she gets off the gangplank, as soon as she gets off the gangplank, she gets kind of accosted by, well, okay, not accosted. She gets approached by this really hot watchman, the city watch guy, and he's like, I need to know your name and purpose of coming to Waterdeep, and I need a right of entry as well as like a letter of provenance or something. And she was like, I'm cute, I don't know what you're talking about. And then he basically just was like, go fucking pay gold to the entry office or I'm going to arrest you. So I was like, thank you so much for the sun, Mikey. So I was like, okay, fine, but I will remember this. And I went and I stood in like the sleet for like an hour to get this fucking document that I thought it didn't need to get. And this guy makes me get it. And then I decide, okay, you know what? Because you did this to me, the first watchman that I meet, I am going to absolutely just break him. I am going to seduce him, and then I'm going to break his heart because I don't know, there was no reason. I just felt like I needed to get back at him, right? And so like I rolled perception, you know, my perception's really good. My passive perception's like a 20. And I rolled perception, and then like the first pair of watchmen that Gemini let me meet were like these two guys. One of them, they were both very unattractive, at least to me. So I was like, no. First of all, no. So I keep walking. I get to the marketplace in Waterdeep, and it's supposed to be like one of the largest in Faerûn, if not the largest. And then I sit there. You know, I order a tea, and I've got my familiar named Horace, and we're just, you know, like, yeah, let's really fuck that. I mean, wait, hold on a second. I mean, let's fuck with that that watchman by using another watchman as a proxy, and we'll get out our frustration in being forced to wait for our right of entry like a commoner, right? I think my problem was I did not like my character being treated as a commoner, okay? And yeah, Waterdeep is the biggest open air market. It's quite famous for it. And so I sit, and then like right next to me, I roll another perception check, and then not right next to me, but like in the same pavilion as me, because it's the open air eatery is like around like a fountain, a very nice fountain. There are these three noblemen, and one of them is super hot, but a super dick. Like he is bothering the serving girl. He's being like, you know, ultimate, just such an asshole, right? So I was like, okay, you know what? If I can't break a watchman's heart, fine, then maybe I will break this nobleman's heart, right? So, you know, then I go back to the, is everything okay? All right. So then, I'm talking to my familiar, and I'm like, you know, what do you think is the best way for me to break this asshole's heart, right? And he was like, you know what? I got you, fam. And so my familiar tells me to put on a performance at the fountain, and then just absolutely just take all the attention from this nobleman guy, right? And oh god, instead of like actually playing D&D, I'm telling you guys about my D&D game. I'm so sorry. But anyways, okay, so no, but you guys have to hear this. Okay, you guys have to hear this. It's crazy what happened. So I get on the fountain and I play 3 songs, and because my performance, my bonus is a plus 13, I literally cannot fail. And I had really high rolls. Like one of the rolls was like I think like was like a 31, one was like 25, one was like a 27. You know, I basically turn into like the Beatles at their heyday, or Elvis, or Miley Cyrus. I don't know, but so I basically make the nobleman, fall in love with my OC, okay, with my character, and I'm like cackling. I'm like, ha ha ha, you're a dick. You deserve to have your heart broken. I will mess you up, right? So, yeah. So, yeah. So, now this nobleman, this hot blonde nobleman, and now I'm like, now like I'm imagining him as like Lord Farquaad from the Shrek movies. Oh, that's a bad mental image. I wish I didn't think of that. Anyways, so I go back to his place with him. He's in love with my character. He's obsessed with her now, right? So, then stuff happens. I'm not gonna tell you what stuff, okay? But okay. But anyways, okay, and then I have my familiar transform into like a spider or something. And I'm telling him, okay, I want you to go through this house and tell me everything that's happening, okay? Stuff, right? And then, and then so while I'm doing my thing, just making the nobleman fall in love. Okay, so I gotta tell you his name. His name is Lysander, okay? By the way, I've told this to you guys, Gemini is very, 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 very not creative when it comes to names, so you need to make sure to like have a rule at the very beginning of any kind of like fantasy roleplay. Here are a list of names, do not use them, or the characters that have these names will be automatically executed or something. I don't know, something like over the top. Anyway, so my familiar overhears his dad and his older brother, who are like lords of, there's something, right? I overhear them talking about some kind of like illicit shipping, like the watch is sniffing in, and they might have something to do with the girls that are going. Oh yeah, there's a subplot where there's girls missing. And no one knows why, and there's like pamphlets all over the city of these girls that are missing, and like, the game wants you to find out why these girls are missing. So and then the dad and the brother like hear the youngest son because he's being a little loud, okay? So so then they come in and they're like, what the hell is happening? Who is this harlot? Who is this trollop? Who is this woman here? And then the guy he's passed out, okay? Lysander is passed out. Don't ask me why he's passed out, okay? That's it goes very, very into NSFW content, okay? But he's passed out, so now I have to speak for myself. So I like basically tell him, hey, look, I know all the rotten shit you rich people are into, so y'all are rotten to the core. And then I'm gonna spend the whole stream just talking about my D&D game and not actually do anything to do with this D&D game. So then the dad is like, I'm gonna call the city guard or the city watch or something, and then he storms off. And then thank you for the follow. And then I have a conversation with the heir, because I was fucking around with the spare, as a way to get back at the Watchmen from the very beginning of the game. And so the heir is like, he's a cold, unfeeling person. He's very kind of like super villainish kind of vibe, but hot. Apparently he's very hot. So obviously my character is like, hey, your brother's a little bit of an idiot, okay? But I can see that you are not an idiot and you're hot, so, and you're rich, so yeah. And then he's like, okay, here's what we do. You do something for me. You rid me of this like faction of people that are fucking around with my family's interests, and if you get rid of them, maybe I will consider dating you. Okay, let's just say dating you, okay? So I'm like, cool, okay, I'm gonna be right back, okay? So I rendezvous with my familiar, and like, I know where the girls are disappearing from, right? So I go back to the city, to the dock ward, which is where the girls were missing from, because I know that the people that he wants me to get rid of are connected to these girls, right? So I go to the dock ward. I cast disguise self on myself, and I make myself look like just yeah, the hot wealthy scale was like, it was at a perfect, it was right there, right? So I disguise myself as like a maid, and I sit down and I try to like make myself bait, right? And then I roll perception. I'm rolling perception for like basically everything I do, which is very good in a game of D&D. Always roll perception and insight, okay? Make sure your wisdom's good though, because if your wisdom is shit, then perception and insight is absolutely useless to you. Anyway, so I see like these two guys that are very suspicious, that like appear to be tailing this one girl. So I'm like, I'll just follow them. I bet these are the guys that are responsible for kidnapping the young women, right? But then the watchman from the very beginning of the game, his ass shows up, and because apparently he's connected in this too, and then he escorts the maid wherever, and then these two fuckers scatter because, you know, there's a city watch guard. He's a sergeant, by the way. So I'm like, not only do you make me wait in the sleet for an hour and treat me like a fucking commoner, which I'm not used to with the 20 charisma, you fuck up my sting, you motherfucker. So I am at this point livid. This guy has ruined my game for me. So while he leads this unsuspecting girl to her home, you know, I decide to follow one of the guys that is swiftly leaving the scene. So I follow him to this like hideout, and I cast invisibility on myself, and I creep in, or I get close to the building, and I can hear that there's like a dozen, like maybe like 8 people there, and it's very clear that they are up to no good, right? So then I need to check something really quickly. I need to make sure I haven't like lost all of my viewers just because I decided to tell you guys about everything that I've done. I have effectively lost everyone. They're like, I'm not interested in this. I'm fucking off. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. I'm doing this for myself, okay? I need to talk about this, okay? So, I need to get into that building, okay? Because it's obvious there is something very nasty happening in there. So, I cast a minor illusion, and I make it sound like someone is getting murdered, like in the alleyway just beyond the building doors, okay? So when they come out to investigate, I, who still have invisibility, I sneak in, and then I see that there's like 8 people there, and then I see like there's like an underground like cellar that's barred, and I can hear someone crying, and it's obvious these are the people that are responsible for taking the girls. Like, there's no doubt. So I cast sleep, okay? Because sleep is not a concentration spell, and sleep allows me to stay invisible. So I cast sleep. I put everyone to sleep. Because I think I was like, I cast it at the 6th level spell slot, which gave me like 13 d6s to roll. It was still a bad roll. It was like 60, I think. But it was enough to put everyone in the room to sleep. Except for like 2 people that were sent out earlier to go investigate that sound that I made. So I put everyone to sleep, and then I check the cellar where the crying is, and it's one of the girls that had been missing. So I'm like, I'm still invisible. All she sees is her door opening and a disembodied voice saying, the watch is on their way. Because before I infiltrated, I sent Horace to the watchman, telling Horace, hey, don't be a raven, because he probably still remembers the bard with the talking raven, so go approach him as a sentient cat and tell him there is bad things that is happening in this building, okay? So Horace is going to alert the watch, and so I tell this girl, the watch is coming, hold on. So now I have to deal with the two bad people that are still like alive and not asleep, because they weren't in the building when I cast sleep. So I catch them in like the back of the building, because they were looking at the doors, and but no, I'm very lucky for the viewers. I thank you guys for just staying here and just listening to me ramble. It really makes me feel good. It makes me feel like people care about me. I hope this is an entertaining story for you. Anyway, so and I hope it makes sense. So one of them, so they're talking about drop off. So I assume that the drop off is being talked about the girl, and they're like, yeah. Kaylin. Kaylin is a very common name in in Gemini. So if you ever see that name pop up, tell Gemini, get rid of this name. Okay, so they're like, yeah, the boss, he's supposed to go and meet with the girl or meet with the handler or something. And then that's when I learned that these girls are being used for some purpose. Like the people that are kidnapping these girls, they're just the go-between, okay? They're just the flunkies, which explains why I was able to put all of them to sleep, because they had like 4 HP a pop. So I cast Chill Touch on one. I instantly just murk him right then and there, because they have 4 HP. And then I save one, and I'm like, where are you taking this girl? Who is your patron? Because who wants these girls? And the guy's like, I don't know I don't know anything. Kaylin, who's the leader, is the one who handles all that shit. We just kidnap the girls, So I don't want to have to kill another person. Right? Oh, by the way, I'm still invisible. I don't want to have to kill another person. I've already killed one. So then I just kick this guy really hard in the crotch, because I figure, okay, if I kick you really hard in the Goonies, you're probably not going to be in any condition to run away. So yeah, I kick him really hard in the Goonies, and then the watch come in at that point. My job is done, but there is a common thread between what happens here in this building full of bad people and what I remembered hearing back at the mansion with the lords. When Horace was listening into the Lord and the heir, they mentioned Warehouse 7. Like, the watchmen are sniffing around Warehouse 7, but they can't get in because they don't have the appropriate, warrants or whatever. And then I hear Warehouse 7 being mentioned again by the two guys who were in the back. They were like, yeah, it had something, they mentioned something in Warehouse 7. So I grasp on to the idea that, oh, Warehouse 7, this is very interesting. So my original mission was to get rid of these people. The Carvers is the name that the Gemini gives me. And Heritage that's actually pretty funny. I like that. I like that very much. Yeah, I should get a visual aid for this, right? Maybe someone will animate this story. I don't know. Maybe I can find it. It would be so much funny, but it would be hilarious. So anyway, instead of going back to the estate in the North Ward, which is where all the rich people live, I decide that I'm going to explore Warehouse 7 because, you know, they're talking about it, and then the Lord and his heir are talking about Warehouse 7. So I tell my familiar I'm going to go to Warehouse 7 and I'm going to find out what is happening. So I go to the docks. I go to Warehouse 7. And there is something, I do a perception check. And I find some very strange things. Like the doors and windows are warded. So anyone who approaches them is immediately found out. It sets off like this silent mental alarm. Like, you know, like security alarm, right? And then my character notices what appears to be dried paint at one of the doors. But upon closer inspection, what she thought was dried paint and straw is actually blood. I need to Charlie it. I need to Charlie it from It's Always Sunny. Anyway, so what I thought was paint and straw is actually blood and strands of blonde hair. So now my character is like, there's some weird shit going on. So, but I don't want to just dimension door in without knowing what is happening. I have no idea what's in that room. All I know, or in that warehouse, all I know is that there's something fucky wucky happening. So I send my familiar in. I'm like, Horace, I need you to transform into a rat, find a way inside this warehouse, and tell me what is inside. And Horace is like, I got you, fam. So he turns into a rat, and he finds a way inside. And what he tells me is some of the most horrifying things that it's a horror story, basically. So what he tells me is that there are several well, we know where all the girls that disappeared ended up in. They have been basically taken apart in this warehouse, fitted with metal limbs, like automatons, basically. Like automatons, basically. Yeah. And he's like, yeah. And like, there's a bunch with their rib cavity open, and instead of their heart, they have a clockwork engine inside them. They're all on like examination tables, and he tells me in the middle there is someone who is working on one of the girls. And that's when, and then he says, oh, and this sigil that is on something in the warehouse, I forget where the sigil is. It is the same crest that belongs to the noble, the family that I try to, that I infiltrated, basically. And, yeah, they're basically, so, that was kind of like a mind fuck. I was like, oh, wow, that's very dark. So, yeah, so that's when I'm like, I tell Horace, okay, I need you to go. At this point, I'm using Horace as like a fucking messenger back and forth, and I feel bad for him. Both in character and out of character. I'm like, oh, I feel sorry for you, man. I know you're just a a series of zeros and ones, but I feel bad for you. So I tell Horace, okay, go and bring the watch, who are probably still at the bad people's hideout. Bring them here and let them see what is happening in this building. And then I'm like, okay, but don't let them see that you're a raven, okay? Go be a cat. I do not want to be connected to this. So then, while he goes and tries to get the guard to, or the city watch to infiltrate this warehouse, I dimension door in, and that's when I find the sigil, and then it all connects, and then I realize that the heir, the hot rich guy, is actually a total psychopath. Oh, I was really disappointed. I was really disappointed. You, like, you know, yeah, I'm floored at this point. I'm just like, fuck. So I dimension door in. I cast sleep again at the 5th level spell slot this time, because I have no idea how many hit points this artificer has. I think I rolled like a 65. I actually rolled higher in the 5th level spell slot for sleep than the 6th level spell slot when I cast sleep. So anyways, he falls asleep. I tie him up, so, you know, and then I dimension door back out. And now I have to go and confront the heir, the guy that I was like, hey, you want to do a little something something? You're hot and rich. You're exactly my type. And then I find out he's a total psychopath, so I gotta go and confront him. So, it's always the hot ones, right? Fuck. Oh, yeah. So then, I go back to the place, to the nobleman's house, and he's waiting for me. It's like dark. It's like midnight. And I'm like, yeah, so I got rid of the carvers for you, and, you know, I try to play it off cool. I don't tell him that I know that he's a total sociopath. And he's like, great, you know, now you get to sit by my side and rule with me from the shadows, and you will act as my hand and everything. And then I, like, play the wounded party. You know, my performance is a +13. I am a very good actress. So I'm like, what do you mean? Wait, hold on a second. What do you mean? I will, from the shadows. I thought we were going to make this legitimate. I thought. And then he was like, what are you talking about? I can't marry you. I need someone with, like, noble blood. And yeah. So then, I kind of play the wounded card. I was like, I thought we had something special. I don't know why I did that, considering that she knew him for all of, like, 15 minutes. Yeah. So then, you know, I'm like, I thought we had something special, and then I play kind of like a yandere a little bit. I was like, okay, well, you know what? Any woman that you marry who gets to, like, be next to you and touch you and have your babies, I cannot be held responsible for what I do to them. So then I tell him, you know, look, the jig is up. You're crazy and you're broken and I don't know how to fix you. And then that's when he finds out that I've been to Warehouse 7. I know that he is the culprit. And he thinks he's being so very sneaky, you know, because aside from that sigil, there is nothing in that warehouse that actually ties him to the horrible things that are happening in there. Aside from the artificer who would ostensibly, like, you know, if he's not dead, would ostensibly, under torture, you know, implicate the heir, right? So You know, and then he tries to pull the, you know, I'm not crazy, my genius is so high you cannot comprehend it, you know, that line. So I cast polymorph on him and I turn him into a frog. And then I put him in a brandy decanter. And then I go and wake up the spare, who apparently is still passed out in the tub. I don't know how that happened. So I'm like, you need to get dressed and see what is happening, okay? Because this shit is not okay. So I drag the spare, who's like not even wearing shoes. He barely manages to pull his clothes on. I just, don't ask me anything more, okay? So we take a carriage, and I've still got the polymorphed heir, the guy, the super hot, super crazy guy, super rich guy. He's still in the bottle. He's gonna be a toad for an hour, right? Because that's how long polymorph lasts. And I will hydrate, thank you. I've been talking for an hour now. So, by this point, the Watch has infiltrated the warehouse. They have seen what is happening. They have found out where all the missing girls are. In this warehouse, being turned into automatons, basically. And, I will stretch, thank you. Oof, okay. And, so this is where the spare, who is an arrogant, foppish, mean-spirited guy, sees the horror that his brother has concocted. And he gets a real big dose of reality. And then I give the frog in the brandy decanter to the sergeant. And I cannot believe, at this point, I'm like, I cannot believe you fucked with my plans all day today. And yet I'm helping you solve 2 major crimes. I'm angry at myself at this point. I give him the brandy decanter with a toad in it. I'm like, he will transform back into a human being in like 40 minutes. He's responsible. You know, right? And then the sergeant's like, okay, you need to stay for questioning. I have no idea what's happening. I do not stay. No, I don't want to kill another person, because then the Watch gets involved, and then like they're like following me, wanting to ask questions, and then it's just a pain in the ass, right? I wish I'd killed him, but people clearly need to come to justice, right? So and then then Horace, I tell my familiar, okay, I'm going back to the estate, because now I need to confront the dad and find out if the dad had any idea about what his like oldest son was doing. And it turns out his dad didn't really know. And I convinced the dad, look, you're a piece of shit. You need to abdicate your title. Go retire in the country. I will take care of your son and your lands and all of your money. And he doesn't have a choice. He is somewhat culpable in this. The scandal would ruin him, both financially and socially. So the game ends basically with now my character being the head of one of the major noble houses of Waterdeep. All of that accomplished in like 18 hours. So yeah, that is where I am in that is where I am in the role play that I was doing in the game that I was doing with Gemini privately. And then like, you know, I did a recap, and then I was like, okay, well now I'm gonna take my 8 hours of rest. How much XP do I get from that? And then I got 15,000 XP, which is crazy. You get 15,000 XP for completing like a major quest line. You don't get 15,000 XP for like 18 hours of like playtime in game, but I guess I did do a lot, right? Like I made a nobleman fall in love with my character. I uncovered a major smuggling ring. I stopped a psychopath from kidnapping and murdering young girls, you know? Yeah, so this was a major thing. And yeah, so I got 15,000 XP from that. It was kind of cool. And now I am the head of a noble house. All in a day's work. Huh. So let's try to do that here, okay? Thank you for the follow. Thank you. So that was very interesting. All right, so we're gonna go in here. I still have like an hour and a half left to stream, so we still have time. No one in the council questioned this. Well, I am going to marry the spare, who is now the heir, who is now the nobleman. He's obsessed with me, or not me. He's obsessed with my character. So it's very important for me to differentiate between my character and myself. But and yeah. So he is technically still the person in power, but obviously he has no power. He is my puppet, or my character's puppet. Yeah. There is going to be a lot of like fallout, I think, over the next few days of the game, but that is where we are at this point. I've just woken up. I got 15k. Yeah. Oh, we're not. My character and Lysanther are not married yet. When he returned from seeing the chaos and horror his brother had caused, his character kind of had a complete 180. So in the end, I do kind of get a hot, rich, smart, kind guy, or my character does. So it works out, you know. I just had to work a little hard. For it. Oh, absolutely, yeah, no, but my character has countermeasures. It's very convenient to have a nice familiar. But yeah. So, anyways, let's ask. So this current quest line that we are doing right now, let's ask them for a recap, right? So, could you recap for us everything that has happened thus far in the game? So let's see where the recap is, because I actually forgot what happened here. There will absolutely be a follow-up. The watch, I ran away from the watch when they wanted to question me, or my character did. I need to be very careful about the differentiation thing. So, my character is technically still, like, a fugitive, I guess, because she didn't stay for questioning. But, yeah, so that's the major thing that I feel like is gonna happen. Yeah, so for Waterdeep, Waterdeep is actually counseled by what is called the Masked Lords. And, I'm hoping that one of the nobleman dude guy that I told to go retire is one of the Masked Lords. So I can start infiltrating the Masked Lords. It's like a committee of people in Waterdeep that govern stuff. Yeah. So yeah. All right. So let's take a look at what has happened thus far. So, the adventure begins with you, the human bard Len, arriving in the bustling port of Waterdeep aboard the ship Sea Serpent's Kiss. You were accompanied by Raven familiar Jinx, who immediately noted the potential for acquiring shiny things from the locals. And you can already tell, actually. I didn't notice this until now, but I'm not wheezing anymore. Thank God. I was dying by the end of the last stream. I was dying. I could not breathe because I was still recovering from COVID. I'd say I'm about like 90% of the way there of full recovery. So I gave street urchins a silver, dock workers discussing a beast in the sewers, a reward poster at the yawning portal, 2 professional thieves, and then a mysterious figure observing the docks from the rooftop with a spyglass. My curiosity was piqued by the Watcher. I used an invisibility spell to sneak onto the roof for a closer look. I discovered it was a woman, and then I immediately lost my interest. Thank you so much for the bits. Oh, good luck with your exam. Good luck with your exam, Luna. I'm sure you will do great. Anyways. Yeah. I found out the person watching me was a woman, or watching something. I don't think she was looking for me specifically, but turned out to be a woman. I lost interest because women are hot, but not really my type, I guess, unless they're like Charlize Theron. I'd go gay for Charlize Theron. I mean, Okay. Let's see. And then, I see another beast of the sewers. Okay, I don't remember this at all. Panicked man. I briefly observed the handsome but worried guardsman before deciding he was also not your type. Really? I don't remember. How is he hot but not my type? Oh no. Okay, so okay, right, I remember. Okay, so once I get to the Yawning Portal is the infamous location in Waterdeep. Like there's like multiple quest lines written about the Yawning Portal. So it has a deep well in the middle of the tavern. It's like a tavern / inn, right? And the well is so deep, like it's supposed to connect that area with the Undermountain. And what you need to know about the Undermountain is it's a place with a lot of creepy, terrible things that just want to kill you. In the case of this guy, okay? So they winch a guy up. He was covered in things that looked like leeches. He was covered in these kind of presumably in larvae form. And then I asked Gemini if the guy was cute, and then he was like, yeah, he looks like Mads Mikkelsen. So that is where we ended things there, right? Yeah, that is where we ended things there. But yeah. So now we are going to continue. Okay, we're gonna continue. Sorry, I've only gotten like 10 hours of sleep in like the last 2 days. I'm barely hanging on. Okay, I'm fine. All right, so you inquired out of character. Okay, so now I've saved this guy. Okay, he's looking at me and I have the attention of the room. So now I must ask you guys, what should I do? What do I do now? This is an adventure for all of us, okay? Len is us, aside from the fact that she has eyes for every cute guy on the street. But, who doesn't want to look at pretty people, right? Yeah? Right? Yeah. Everyone likes looking at pretty people. So, yeah. Where do we go from here? I want to know. Yeah, I hope I can get more rest over the weekend. We'll see. Excuse me. I don't... Yeah, there's people who like sleep on stream. I don't really get that. Thank you for the sub. Thank you. Oh, I think that's for my YouTube page. I actually don't know. That doesn't necessarily mean they're in the room right now. But yeah, so what should I do? Come on, guys. Thank you for the follow. Thank you. What are whatever. We can do anything we wanted. That is the joy of D&D. If you're asking me what I'm eating, I think my character has like 20 gold. I mean, but as a bard, I can literally make money anytime I want. I'm eating seaweed strips. All I've had this morning is lemon and cayenne pepper water and a coffee. I don't think the hot guy is in any condition to do any kind of questing. This is... What flavor is this? It just says, oh, shoyu. It's soy sauce. And I like these because the whole pack is like 100 calories. This is just really good to snack on, I think. Yeah, I'm on a kind of on a diet, kind of, sorta. It's going okay, I guess. I just have to stop eating before 4, which is fine. I don't have any problems with that. All right, so we have several options. We can look at the task board. We can talk to Volor. We fight the Thieves Guild or join it. My character is already part of the bar. She's already a bard. I don't think she's wants to be a thief. Although I do have the skills requisite to be a thief or a spy. If you look here, my stats are pretty good. Let me look it up. Oh, that's not my character. Hold on, that's not the character that I'm playing with this. I think this is the character. So if you look right here, if it's gonna happen, hold on. It's thinking really hard. So if you look right here, yeah, so I think what is the most important to be a successful like thief or rogue is probably athletics is pretty important. But not that really. Not that much, I think. Acrobatics is pretty important. I think sleight of hand and stealth and survival are for me anyways, the way that I would play a thief is probably, these are probably your most important things. And I think intimidation and deception is also a very good skill to have. But yeah. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to look at the adventure. I cannot spell. I look at Matt's Mikuel and nod my head to one side in an acknowledging manner. In an acknowledging manner. And ask him, what did you see down there? Did you go down there with anyone else? Now we're gonna find out what is down this hole. I mean, I know, but you guys don't. Well, most of you don't. Yeah. So the rugged adventurer lets out a shuddering breath, the golden magic having clearly mended the worst of the open wounds. He pushes himself up with a groan, leaning his back against the stone lip of the well. The proprietor, Volor, gives him a respectful nod before turning to bellow at a server to bring a, quote, stiff drink and some bandages. I spoke weird then. The man's pale blue eyes are locked on you, ignoring everyone else. Oh no. When you speak, his voice is a raw, raspy whisper. I'm not going to voice act this, okay? Thank you, he says, the words catching in his throat. I thought I was done for. I will hydrate, thank you. And I will stretch. Oh, okay. He shakes his head, trying to clear the fog of pain and terror. Down there, we were four of us, a team. He swallows hard, his gaze becoming distant as he looks back into the darkness of the well. We were searching for the gilded archway, an old dwarven passage on the 3rd level. Found it, but it was a trap. It's a trap. Not a mechanical one, something worse. There were whispers. He continues, his voice trembling slightly. This makes no sense. Hold on a second. I'm gonna make a really quick adjustment here. Don't mind me. This is bothering me just slightly. So let me just do this. Okay, there we go. Because I have to look this way. It didn't make any sense for me to, you know. Okay, so let's continue, shall we? Okay. There were whispers, he continues, his voice trembling slightly. Voices in the dark that weren't voices. Felt like they were inside your head, tasting your fears. Tobin, our wizard, he started screaming about his eyes, that something was unraveling them. Then he just turned on us. The man shudders, closing his eyes for a moment. He collapsed the passage behind me. I ran. Didn't even look back. The crawlers, they must have latched on in the chaos of the tunnels. He looks at you again, his expression haunted. They're still down there. My friends. Gods. I just left them. Volor returns and places a cup of dark, potent-smelling liquor into the man's trembling hand. The proprietor's face is a grim mask. He's heard 1,000 stories like this, and they never have happy endings. So, shit kind of went bad down there. And ostensibly, there are 3 people that need rescue. I need to take a look at my character's alignment. Oh, wait, hold on. I don't think I'm in the right, It should tell me. I think I'm chaotic good, or chaotic neutral. But it should say. Would it be here? No way would it be there. Okay, well. Anyways. Okay, so. Yeah. I also like chaotic neutral too, to be honest. Okay, so hold on a second. So, what do we do? What should we do? Should we go down there? Should we... Yeah. Oh. Should we go down the well of the yawning portal? There are some really bad things down there. If I go down there, I cannot guarantee my character's safety. But that's okay. That means I'll just roll another character. Maybe I will roll a cleric this time. Or maybe I just stop this. Heads go, tails don't. Okay. So let's go with evens or odds, okay? Alright, so we're gonna roll a d20. Okay. Evens I go, odds I don't go, and I pursue another quest line, okay? I rolled a 18 is even. I guess we're going down. We are going down. Oh boy. All right, we're going down. We're going down, folks. We are going down. All right, so I'm gonna take a look at what I have. So I have a water skin, and I have 5 rations for 5 days, right? So I can make it ostensibly 5 days. I have a candle, but I also, let me take a look at my spells. I have light, okay. Protection from good and evil. But it is, oh, I have irresistible dance, okay. It is kind of an irrefutable fact that, I am not a very offensive character. No, a bard rarely is. A bard is very much a support class character, which is why I like them. There's a lot of versatility to them. But you are in for a tough time if you want to deal any significant damage. 20 characters. And my spell slots are not great. Yeah, 4, 3, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1. So I'm going to look, I know what's down there. I'm metagaming and I'm saying by myself, I'm going to have some trouble, okay? So, why are you guys telling me that a bard can do a lot of damage? I've been playing this game for a very long time, I assure you. I know exactly how much damage a bard can deal, okay? So, I need to take someone down there with me. I cannot go by myself. I feel like going by myself is a very dangerous thing to do. So, what I'm going to do is 4 went down, 1 came up. The well. Okay, so I look at Volor. I intend to go down the well. Is there anyone willing to come down with me? I am looking for a cell sword, which is another way of mercenary. I am going to do an insight check on Volor to see what is going on in his head. So now I'm gonna roll insight. I rolled a 21, which is good. I rolled a 21. All right, so let's see what's happening now. Unfortunately, for the guy to heal up completely, unless someone like casts Cure Wounds, he's out of commission for the next 8 hours. So I cannot take him with me. He's at this point, he's more of a liability than anyone else. Okay, so you state your intention with a clear, unwavering voice that cuts through the low murmurs of the tavern. Any class can. That's actually not true. The numerous people that have rolled monks and rangers straight, you know, raw, would very much disagree with you on that. Yeah, okay. I don't want to cause a fight in my chat. The wounded adventurer looks up to you with a mixture of awe and horror. Several nearby patrons openly scoff, while a scarred half-orc at a nearby table lets out a short, barking laugh. Going into Undermountain is common, declaring it so boldly, moments after seeing what came out of it, is not. That's okay, because my persuasion is something crazy. I need actually adjust my microphone a bit. Let me adjust my microphone. Up. There will be some. Oh, wait, hold on. Up. Sorry, guys. Ah, fuck. It's fine. We're doing fine. It's okay. Everything's okay. Everything's okay. Everything's okay. Everything is fine. I think. Oh wait, does my mic not bend that way? Wait, there we go. There we go. There we go. Okay, that is much better. That is much better. And now I'm crying? What is happening here? Why? Okay. 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 So let's see. So you turn your gaze to the proprietor, Volor, and focus your insight on him, trying to read the man behind the stoic facade. With an exceptional roll of 21, you see far more than just a simple tavern keeper. Beneath his grim professional demeanor, you perceive a complex swirl of emotions. There's appraisal. He's reevaluating you, seeing not just a pretty bard with a bit of healing magic, but someone with genuine steel in her spine. There is also profound wariness. He has seen hundreds of hopefuls like you make the same declaration, and he has seen very few return. But deeper than that, you sense a flicker of something else, something long dormant, respect. He sees in your audacity a reflection of the adventurer he used to be, a spark of the fire that once drove him into the same darkness. He thinks you are almost certainly going to die, but he admires the way you're choosing to do it. Volor finishes wiping the bar and meets your gaze directly. His voice is a low, gravelly rumble. I will hydrate, thank you. Oh, something weird is happening. There we go. Did that fix it? Yes, it did. I never use these dongles. I only use the ears and the boba. Anyways, alright, so brave words, he says, his tone neutral. Braver than wise, maybe. The sellswords in this room. He makes a subtle gesture with his head, indicating the clientele, are either too green to be useful, too cowardly to be reliable, or too expensive for a quick job. You want a blade for hire? You'll get a knife in your back the moment you find anything worth stealing. He's not wrong. He leans forward slightly, lowering his voice so only you can hear. You're not the first to go chasing a ghost down that well. If you're serious, you don't need a sellsword, you need a partner. Or a priest. There's a notice board by the hearth. Those looking for honest work put their marks there. It's a safer bet than hiring the first drunk with a sword who likes the shine of your coin. He straightens up, his duty as a publican overriding his role as a secret advisor. His expression becomes impassive once more. Jinx, who has been listening intently, offers a thought. He's right, Len. Hired blades are cheap. Loyal blades are rare. The board is the better stage. You have declared your intent and received a stark warning and a piece of valuable advice from the one man who knows this process better than anyone. The laughter has died down, replaced by curious stares. A few of the more grizzled patrons are watching you now, their expressions calculating. What do you do? So, here's my problem. I started this game thinking that I was going to meet a lot of hot guys. That has not happened. So, yeah. I am in a dilemma. What should I do? I met one. Yeah, but he's not, he's not available. Yeah, no. Maybe I think I'm a speciesist. I don't. Yeah, no. So, I am going to I am after after that reverse harem. I am. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I could just use persuasion and just find the biggest guy who, with my luck, would have the lowest HP out of everyone in the room. You cough on him and he just keels over. Alright, so I am going to go to the board. I'm going to go to the job board and take a look at it. Okay, I'm going to go to the job board and I'm going to take a look at it and we are going to see what we are going to see. Okay? Thank you for the advice, Master Volor. I say as I make my way. Oh, but I mean, even if I do, like, get the job. No. Okay, well, we'll see what happens. Make my way to the board and take a look at who has put their marks there. Okay, now I'm gonna ask, hey DM, do I need to make a perception check at this point? Alright, let's see what happens. Excuse me. You absolutely can play an entire game of D&D with Gemini. But it's a little like playing with a someone with a case of dementia. Because there are little details that they do forget, but I find that Gemini 2.5 Pro is probably the June 5th update is the best currently in the market, on the market that is widely accessible to most people, is the best at remembering details. There are caveats though, like the creativity is not the best, but you can always go, like, especially like name creativity, right? And someone always invariably has a scar over their left eyebrow. All right, so no check needed for this. The notice board is a public space meant for adventurers to find each other. You can clearly see and read everything posted on it. An investigation check might be useful later if you were trying to find a hidden meaning or see if a notice was fake, but for now you can just take it all in. You give Volor a respectful nod. Thank you for the advice, Master Volor. He inclines his massive head in a fraction of an inch, a silent acknowledgement, before turning his attention to another customer. You walk past the gawking patrons, your boots quiet on the floorboards until you reach the large, scorch-marked wooden board next to the roaring hearth. ChatGPT does also do the same thing, but my problem with ChatGPT is that the memory, especially if you do it through the web app, is not great. You get a context token memory of 32k tokens, not enough. It's either 32k or 30,000, but it's not enough for a long ongoing D&D campaign. Now, it's good for one-shots, but the problem with ChatGPT also that I've noticed is that it's not really good with taking directions or with details. Now, if you want to do Gemini for free, may I suggest aistudio.google.com. It's more for use for developers to check their prompts and stuff, but you do get the full 1 million context token memory. So I do recommend doing that, because then it's free. I think free users on ChatGPT only get access to 8k memory, which is nothing. Basically, anyways. Alright, so let's see. It's a chaotic tapestry of parchment, leather scraps, and even a few monster hide canvases, all pinned to the wood with an assortment of daggers, nails, and crossbow bolts. That's pretty edgy. Most are requests for aid or notices of bounties, but your eyes quickly find the section where individuals offer their services. 3 notices in particular seem current and professional. The first is a piece of clean, crisp parchment written in neat, practiced script. It's pinned with the polished steel nail. I like this guy already. Or woman. I mean, guy is both genders. It reads, A steady hand and a faithful heart offer solace and protection to those who walk in darkness. The light of Lathander guides my mace and shield. For righteous quests, inquire within. Inquire within where? I do like clerics. I think clerics are great. They're a great, like, they're great anything. They're great for support. They're great for damage, you know, also depending on their domain, you know. Yeah. All right. The second is far cruder. God. It's a piece of dark stretched leather, seemingly torn from an old jerkin. It has been nailed to the board with a rusty spike. The message is burned into the hide. Vorlag. I have a big axe. Wait, I need a Russian accent for this, right? I have big axe and bigger shield. I break things, you pace. Sorry, guys. You pace, simple. Okay. 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 The third notice is more discreet. Posture check, yeah, sure. Oh my goodness. Oh, those 10 hours of sleep within the next 48 hours. Within the last 48 hours is not doing me well. Okay. Stretch. Okay, thank you. All right. The third notice is the most discreet. It is a small square card with high-quality paper affixed to the board with a single slender dart with gray fletching. Yeah, fletching is the feathers at the end of the dart to make it go straight or whatever direction you want it to go in. I will hydrate, thank you. All right. The writing is precise and elegant. Contracts considered for recovery, tracking, and elimination. Discretion assured. Payment commensurate with risk. Silas. Okay. Jinx hops from one of your shoulders to the other to get a better view. Trinky, would you be so kind as to do a poll set for like 3 minutes between Mikuel, Vorlag, and Silas. Okay, I'm going to write the names here. Mikuel, Vorlag, Silas. Thank you very much. All right. Jinx hops from one of your shoulders to the other to get a better view, his beady eyes scanning the board. A pop thoughts into your head, dry and analytical. The priest promises faith. The brute promises... Also, is there a difference if I... Oh, sorry. Is there a difference to how I sound now? The priest promises faith. The brute promises violence. The third one promises a quiet solution. Depends on what kind of song you want to sing down in the Darkland. So obviously, the first one would be cleric. The second, probably either a barbarian or a fighter. And the third one would be probably a rogue. These three individuals have made their availability known. A holy warrior, a blunt instrument, and a quiet professional. What do you do? You don't hear a difference? Okay. Alright. Yeah. So I want to know what you guys think. You guys don't hear a difference, huh? Alright, well then I'll just put this back on. Alright. No one vote for the poor barbarian warrior. Thank you very much, Drinky. I appreciate it. I don't know. I think the cleric could also be very helpful, knowing what metagaming actually, even though I shouldn't. Metagaming when I think about what would be found in the Undermountain. But I am going to meanwhile have another strip of seaweed. Yes, go to Twitch to vote. Maybe. Ah. I like clerics, but I like rogues too. I like them. I like rogues more when I don't have to play them. Because I'm always constantly having to ask the DM, can I sneak attack now? Can I sneak attack now? Can I sneak attack now? It's like playing Magic the Gathering. You're playing a blue deck and you have Ristic Study out. And you're like, are you gonna pay the extra? Are you gonna pay the extra one when you cast a spell? Otherwise I have to draw a card. It's the constant reminder that I just don't like. Is it Ristic Study or Ristic Remore? One of the two. I haven't even played a game of D&D or Magic in a while. Last time I played, a few weeks ago, I got absolutely I got hard targeted. Because one of my friends saw the deck that I was playing with, which is, we were playing EDH, or Commander, I guess, is the term now known as. And I was playing with an Uno. I was playing an Una deck as my commander. It was basically a mill deck, and apparently they did not like that. Yeah, I mill people and I Bajuka bog their graveyard, and yeah, they didn't like that, so I got taken out like turn 4. Okay, I am going to go with Mikuel. Okay. Spends 1k points or more. I'm so sorry. Oh no. Yeah. Alright. Okay, so I am interested in hiring Mikuel. I really do think Mikuel might be the better choice in this option. Yeah. If he's a cleric, he will have access to support spells. He will have access to damage spells, and it will be nice to have another character who hopefully has access to protection between from good and evil. Yeah. Because there is a lot of nasty things down there. It's in like kind of like this long like Ziploc bag. But yeah, it's kind of in a bag like chips kind of. Yeah. Sorry. Don't worry, I'm sure at some point I will meet with Silas and he better not be another Mads Mikkelsen character. Yeah, Gemini has a thing for Mads Mikkelsen, and what's Taron Egerton is the other one that I see pop up a lot. Yeah. Alright. So I'm interested in hiring Mikuel. And I tell Volor as such. I have looked over your message board, and I believe that brother, is it Brother Mikuel? Is that what it is? Okay, Brother Mikuel may be the one most suited for this task. How may I get in contact with him? You leave the notice board and approach the bar once more. Volor, who has been keeping a subtle eye on you, gives you his attention. I've looked over your message board and I believe that Brother Mikuel may be the one most suited for this task. How may I get in contact with him? Volor grunts, a sound that might pass for approval. He takes the tankard he was cleaning and sets it down, picking up another without breaking rhythm. He glances over your shoulder towards the hearth. I can never pronounce that word right. Yeah, I'm gonna laugh. Yeah, no, I'm gonna laugh too. Good choice, he rumbles. Reliable. Doesn't get spooked by whispers in the dark. You're in luck. That's him over there. Oh my god, no! He gives a slight, almost imperceptible tilt of his head towards the small table not far from the notice board. Following his gaze, you see a man sitting alone, a simple wooden cup of water on the table before him. He appears to be in his 40s with a tonsure of thinning brown hair and a kind, weathered face. No! Is it too late to change? Can I go with Silas? Okay. He wears a well-kept chainmail shirt over dark blue robes and the symbol of Lathander. A sunburst of rosy pink and gold is emblazoned on a tabard across his chest. His heavy mace rests on the seat next to him. He is not looking for trouble, but he seems ready for it. At the moment... He is simply watching the other patrons with a calm, patient expression, like a shepherd watching over a particularly rowdy flock. He takes his evening meals here, Volor adds quietly. Listens to the troubles of the city. A good man. Just don't ask him to buy a round of ale. With that, Volor turns back to his work, his duty as an informant fulfilled. Brother Mikuel sits at his table, easily approachable. What do you do? First of all... Hey, DM. Who would play Brother Mikuel in a movie? Okay, first of all, I gotta ask that, okay? Oh, man. Oh my god. Okay, alright, Gemini. Who does he look like? For Brother Mikuel with his kind, weathered face and calm, patient demeanor, I picture someone like Mark Ruffalo. He has Mark Ruffalo with thinning hair. He has that gentle, approachable look, but can also portray deep well of conviction and toughness when needed. Oh, I was picturing Jason Alexander. You know, the guy from Seinfeld. I don't know why. Okay. Alright, okay. Oh my goodness. We're fine. Alright. Okay. Alright, I approach Brother Mikuel slowly. As though I'm approaching a wild animal. Okay, okay. Can you imagine? Yes, he looks like Mads Mikkelsen. And then I have to be like, what about the guy by the well? Doesn't he also look like Mads Mikkelsen? Okay. Okay. I guess Mark Ruffalo or like Paul Rudd would have been acceptable. Okay, slowly. Brother... Bruv. Oh my god. Mikuel. I'm Len. I saw your notice on the board. I am interested in hiring your services for a rescue mission down the well. I do an insight check on him. Alright, but his wisdom is gonna be like fucking peak, cause that's their spellcasting focus, their wisdom for clerics. I rolled a 23. Okay, I rolled a 23. Alright, let's see what he says. Oh. finally awake. Oh. Oh no. Mads Mikkelsen, yeah. What is wrong with my... I need to turn off something. Okay. You approach the table. The cleric looks up as you draw near. His expression neutral, but his eyes attentive. He listens patiently as you speak, his gaze direct but not unfriendly. Brother Mikuel, I'm Len. I saw your notice on the board. I'm interested in hiring your services for a rescue mission down the well. As you speak, you focus your senses trying to understand the man before you, with a truly remarkable insight roll of 23. Okay, now don't go glazing me now, okay? Don't go glazing me. Okay. His entire being becomes an open book to you. You see first and foremost. Maybe this is a Thomas the Tank kind of situation, where all you see is just Thomas the Tank. Alright. You see first and foremost that there is no deception in him. He is exactly what he presents himself to be. A man of faith. Really quickly, I need a... Okay. Sorry, I needed to do something really quickly. Okay. Beneath that, you perceive a deep-seated wariness, not of life itself, but of the endless cycle of violence and greed he witnesses daily at the mouth of the Undermountain. When you mention a rescue mission, you sense a flicker of genuine interest that was absent when you first walked into the tavern. He is a healer, a protector. The chance to save a life is a calling to him. Not just a job. You also perceive that while coin is a necessity he accepts for his services, a man must eat, after all, his true currency is purpose. He is assessing you not as an employer, but as a potential partner in a righteous cause. He sees your fine clothes and confident bearing and wonders if your intent is as noble as your words suggest. He gives a slow, thoughtful nod after you finish speaking, gesturing to the empty chair across from him. Len, he repeats your name, his voice calm and even. Please sit. He waits for you to get comfortable before continuing. A rescue mission is a cause Lathander smiles upon, but the well is deep, and its shadows are filled with more than just lost souls. Tell me more. Who is it we would be rescuing and from what? I feel like this guy has not been, watching anything that happened in, the last 10 minutes of the game, but okay. Alright. Okay. Okay, alright. I'm sorry, I really need to get that blurp alert set up on my OBS so I can actually hear the alerts when you guys play them. Because that would be pretty funny to have a, Andy waddled away playing right there. Alright. I eye him, but refuse to take the chair. Time is paramount, after all. Did you not notice the man they just dragged out of there? Whoa, wow, okay. Covered in sturges. His partners are still down there. They need help. I aim to provide assistance in their retrieval. Are you with me or not? I do not have time to dilly-dally. Oh. Alright. I did redeem Hydrate. Your words are sharp, intended to spur him to immediate action. You remain standing, a pillar of focused intent. I start to feel like maybe I should have gone with Vorlag. Brother Mikuel's calm expression does not change. He does not rise to meet your energy, nor does he recoil from it. He simply watches you, his kind eyes holding a new depth of steel. The ultimatum does not sway him. I did, he answers, his voice as even and steady as a heartbeat. I also heard him speak of whispers that turn friends to foes and collapse tunnels. I am a cleric of the morning, Lord, not a fool rushing to his own funeral. I mean, he's not wrong, but also there are people's lives in danger at this point. He places his hands flat on the table, a gesture of finality. Finality? Finality? Haste is a poor guide in the depths, Len, charging into an unknown psychic trap to find men who may already be dead or worse. That is not a rescue. That is a second tragedy. His gaze is unflinching. My mace and my faith are not for hire to the merely impatient. They are pledged to the truly committed. If you cannot spare 30 seconds to speak of the lives you wish to save, how can I trust that you have a fortitude to see it through when the darkness pushes back for hours? He has not refused your offer, but he has unequivocally refused your ultimatum. He's waiting to see if you are a leader or just a liability. Jinx sends a sharp, clear thought, like a pebble dropped into a still pond. He's testing you, Len. He wants to know if you're buying a sword arm or leading a prayer. Your move. The moment hangs in the air between you. He has made it clear that to gain his help, you must grant him your time. What do you do? Cool. Okay, let's go with the next guy. Silas wasn't, right? Okay, I mean, because clearly he is not interested, right? I mean, what is there to say? I don't know what you want me to say. Maybe I just send him that. Okay. I don't know what you want me to say. I give him the hairy eyeball. What does that even mean? I give him a look of confusion? I don't know. I do not know the men involved. If we have any questions regarding the people we are meant to rescue, then would it not be better to engage the man by the well in conversation? Why am I talking like this? Cue me, bring me the, isn't that a, oh, Bring Me the Horizon is the band, right? Yeah. Alright. Your honest confusion seems to break the tension. A bit of the steel in Brother Mikuel's posture softens. He sees not impatience for its own sake, but a directness he can work with. Yes, he says, and a small weary smile touches his lips for the first time. That is exactly what I want to do. That is the first step. Well, if that was the case, why didn't you just walk to him yourself? Okay. He rises from his chair, his movements deliberate as he retrieves his heavy mace from the seat and loops its strap around his wrist. He is now standing with you, a partner, not a subject of interrogation. You are right, Len. We must speak with the survivor. We need to know the names of the men we are to rescue. We need to know what they faced, their strengths, their weaknesses. A rescue mission is a plan built on knowledge. A life saved in the planning is worth a dozen gambled in the dark. He looks towards the adventurer, who is now sitting up properly, leaning against the well's edge, as the server finishes bandaging a deep gash on his arm. Come, Mikuel says, his voice now imbued with a sense of shared purpose. Let us learn what we are truly up against. He has agreed with your logic and is now ready to act upon it with you. He waits for you to walk with him the few paces to the man who holds the answers they both need. Okay. Alright, so... I walk with him to the well and ask, by the by, what is your domain of expertise, Brother Mikuel? Oh, please give me something decent. Please don't say he's like domain like trickery or some shit. He's probably not though, Lathander. Oh, but there is a possibility it could be a knowledge domain cleric. Please, no. I actually, yeah. Let's see what his domain is. Hi. Hi, Luca. I'm playing D&D with AI. It's actually turning out pretty well. You and Brother Mikuel walk in step, a newfound alliance moving through the chaos of the tavern. The patrons give the two of you a wide berth, you with your determined air, and him with his heavy mace and palpable aura of his faith. As you walk the few paces towards the well... Oh, he's a light domain cleric. Oh. Fascinating. You ask your question. Sorry, my eyes just went down to it. Mikuel doesn't look at you, his gaze fixed forward on the man you intend to save, but he answers, his voice a low counterpoint to the tavern's din. I am a servant of Lathander the Morning Lord. My domain, as you put it, is light itself. I bring it where it is darkest. He adjusts the grip on his mace. The undead and the other creatures of shadow and rot find its touch disagreeable. It can mend wounds, yes, but it is far better at scouring the darkness that inflicts them. Jinx sends a quick, approving thought from his perch on your shoulder. Light. Good. Burns things. Very useful for distractions and for spotting shiny things in the dark. That's very true. Actually, light domain is actually probably one of the more useful domains in this situation, especially. You arrive at the edge of the Great Well. The survivor, the man you healed, has had his arm bandaged by the server, who now scurries away. He looks up at your approach, his pale blue eyes fixed with a mixture of pain, exhaustion, and a desperate glimmer of hope. He looks from your face to the clerics and then back to you, recognizing you as the leader of this new development. He waits for you to speak. Alright, so one really quick second. Let me... tell me about... Oh, wait, what am I doing? Light Domain Cleric. 5e, okay? Alright, so... Let me... I think I played a light domain at one point, but it's been so long ago. Alright. Let's see. So they have access to Burning Hands, Fairy Fire, Flaming Sphere, Scorching Ray, Daylight Fireball. Nice. Oh, okay. He gained the light cantrip. Okay. Also, at first level, you can interpose divine light between you and when you are attacked by a creature within 30 feet of you that you can see. You can use your reaction to impose disadvantage on the attack roll, causing light to blare before the attacker before it hits or misses. An attacker that can't be blinded is immune to this feature. You can use this feature a number of times equal to your wisdom modifier, a minimum of 1. You regain. Okay, I got that. At second level, you can use your channel divinity harness, sunlight. Okay, this is what I wanted to hear. Banishing darkness and dealing radiant damage to your foes. As an action, you present your holy symbol and any magical darkness within 30 feet of you is dispelled. Additionally, each hostile creature within 30 feet of you must make a constitution saving throw. A creature takes radiant damage equal to 2d10 pleasure cleric level on a failed saving throw. Half its damage on a successful one. A creature that's total. Starting at 6th level, you can use your warding flare feature. When a creature that you see starting at 8th level, you add your wisdom modifier to... Okay. Alright, so... right. Okay. Let's go back. I gesture to the cleric next to me. This is Brother Mikuel. He would like to ask you some questions about your partners who... Why does that word look so wrong? Partners. That's spelled right, right? Who are still trapped below. Please. Oh, I guess that's all I need to really say. I mean, what else am I going to say beyond that? Thank you for the follow. Alright, you deftly shift the focus to the cleric, stepping into the role of facilitator. Your gesture is clear, passing the mantle of inquiry to the man you just hired. Brother Mikuel gives you a brief, appreciative nod, accepting the responsibility without hesitation. He turns his full attention to the wounded man, his calm demeanor softening into an expression of gentle compassion. The survivor seems to relax slightly under his gaze, as if the cleric's presence is a balm in itself. He is right. I am Brother Mikuel. This sometimes happens with Gemini. Sometimes they get their pronouns wrong. Yeah. This should be she is right, okay? Not he is right. You'll see this happen sometimes. Yeah, it's not perfect, but it's getting there. The cleric says, his voice steady and reassuring. I need you to be strong. I need you to focus. Wait. Okay. We cannot help your friends without your knowledge. Okay. He kneels on one knee, bringing himself closer to the adventurer's level, a gesture of respect and humility. Tell me, he begins, what are their names? What are their skills? A warrior or rogue? You said your wizard's name was Tobin. Where did you last see them? Exactly. And the whispers. Try to remember. What did they say? The questions are methodical, precise, and delivered with a kindness that papers over their grim necessity. He is not just asking for details. He is building a mental map of the tragedy, searching for path to redemption. Jinx shuffles on your shoulder, a silent observer. The formatting's a little fucked here, but, you know. He asks the right questions. The raven thinks to you, his tone unusually somber. The questions you ask before you write the eulogy. Oh, please no. The wounded adventurer takes a shaky breath, steadying himself against the cleric's calm strength. He looks at Mikuel, ready to recount the details of the disaster. And that is it for today's stream. Yeah, I'm really sorry. I have to leave in like 10 minutes if I want to get to the immigration office before it starts over flooding with people waiting to get their visas renewed, who has questions about their visa, who are trying to fight deportation. I am not one of those people. I'm just trying to look into like the financial legalities of trying to get like a 5-year visa, so I don't have to keep renewing my visa every year. Yeah, so basically I'm trying to get an APRC. What I have is an ARC, but yeah. So yeah, next week next week we will continue from here if you guys want to. I mean, I'm surprised. I didn't expect this to be very popular, you know. But yeah, thank you so much for the bits. Thank you. But I will be back on Monday. Yes, Monday night, same time as always, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. 8 p.m. So basically my schedule is looking like 8 p.m. On Central Standard Time. Mondays and Thursdays basically is when... Tuesdays and Thursdays, sorry. Yeah... Right? Yeah, because Monday, Wednesday, Friday is Patreon offerings, and then Tuesdays and Thursdays are streams. Yeah, that's it. Thank you so much. This was a lot of fun. I'm very, very fascinated to, I'm very fascinated to see what is down there. And, you know, Brother Mikuel, you know, he's not like the hot guy that I thought he was, but, you know, you don't need hot guys. Sometimes, I can't believe I'm saying that out loud, but... Sometimes you just need someone reliable, like Mark Ruffalo. Oh, yeah. Thank you so much. I will see you guys on Tuesday night, 8 p.m. right here, wherever you guys are, whether it's YouTube or Twitch. Maybe we are rescuing the hot guys. Yeah, maybe we are. Maybe they are all Mad Mickelsons, yes? Okay. Oh, he's not my type, but I can see how some people would find him attractive. Alright, guys. Okay. I will see you guys soon. Yeah. Absolutely, right? Yeah. Oh god, I gotta figure out how to do this again. Oh, I gotta figure out how to do this. How to do this? How to? I don't know how to do this. Aw, just fuck it. No! Why you no work all of a sudden? I'm supposed to go. Why?